everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Canine Corner. I'm your host, Edison, and I am so excited to show you all what us here have been working so hard on. So let's get it started with some interesting news stories. A couple weeks ago, world champion track athlete Noah Lyles released a statement regarding the NBA, saying that the NBA's champions don't deserve to call themselves world champions. Now, take this as you will, but I just see it as people who are getting paid to play games, complaining about other people who are getting paid to play games. And speaking of games, Nebraska University's women's volleyball team actually just set a record for the most attended women's sporting event in history. And this is a fantastic step for women's sports and hopefully is just a preview of what's to come. But you may be asking yourself, why Nebraska? And the answer is simply that there is literally nothing else to do in Nebraska. Well, actually I lied. Apparently there is one other thing you can do in Nebraska. A couple weeks ago, Nebraska police pulled over a vehicle on account of having an entire bull crammed into the passenger seat. Now, apparently this bull's name is actually Howdy Doody, and he is a local celebrity. So they just let him off with a warning. His name's Howdy Doody, isn't that crazy? You know, bull. Now, I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that this made national news or, you know, how genuinely impressed I am that they were able to cram a bull into the passenger seat. Now, a couple things I should also mention. This episode is sponsored by Aaron's Flooring, LLC. No matter what your retail or commercial flooring needs, Aaron's Flooring has the products to help you realize your flooring dreams. Now, I should also introduce you to my lovely co-hosts, the Kennel. So, first up, we got the best bald head in the tri-state area, Eli Grasham.
Oh, yeah.
And next up, we got the least bald guy in the tri-state area,
Thank you,
Edwin
everybody.
Wade Scott.
Yep. Get out of here, Eli.
Oh, come on.
Right, great to be here with you guys.
Oh, I'm
Thanks
so
for
happy to be here.
co-hosting.
I'm so excited to do
All right,
this.
now the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to introduce our very first special guest. She's a teacher, she's a volleyball coach, and she's an alumni. Please welcome in Mrs. Kia Rushton. Woo! So much for coming on. Letting us interrogate you today. So
interrogate.
you're gonna have a seat, and we'll get started. So how you feeling today?
I'm a little nervous.
Excited
I've never
to be
been
here?
on a camera.
Well, today's a first for a lot of things.
It is. I avoided
Um,
HGTV all through high school.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure Shalee's real happy about that. So our first question, we're just going to get into. So I know volleyball season going great this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, last night was...
Big win.
Yeah,
I was there.
It was.
It was good.
I heard you. You guys did great.
I was trying my hardest.
Good.
Now, along with being a volleyball coach, you also played through high school and college, correct?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Awesome. I was just wondering, what were some ways you practiced outside of the gym when you were big into volleyball? Like, when you were outside of the gym, how did you practice at home?
Well, I grew up playing outside of my yard with my neighbor, Laura. We played with balls named Mr. Grape and Mr. Cherry, and those balls went in Prairie Creek a lot. We would also hit a volleyball up on the roof and let it roll back down over and over. And then I also took down my childhood bedroom ceiling because I would lay in bed and set the ball to myself.
Awesome.
That was fun when we did hear about that.
Yeah.
You know, that was. I always wondered what it would take to take down my ceiling because,
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
when I played tennis, I would hit a tennis ball against my garage, and I'd always be worried about when I'd take that down. So,
Right. Well, that's probably a little better at being a wall.
Yeah.
This was just a plaster ceiling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, so our next question is, what does the number 690 mean to you?
That is the address of my college house, correct? Mm-hmm. Yep. I lived there with some of my best friends, and they lived there for about a year and a half. And Jeremy proposed there, so we have lots and lots of good memories.
And so, did you guys have any rager parties or anything like that?
We kept it pretty under control.
All right.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Mm-hmm. I say so.
All right, so the next question is a pretty simple one. What is your favorite flower?
Ooh, that one's tough. I like lilies, the stargazer lilies that are kind of white and pink in the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, do you have, is that the flower that you have tattooed on you?
No, it is not.
Oh. So, speaking of your tattoo, how did your parents find out about it?
I think you already know the answer to that question, but I had to tell my mom about it because she was going to be in the room with me when I gave birth to Lucas. So I'm sure that's going to horrify him for years that I just said that on
Yeah.
camera.
That was probably the most entertaining thing that we've gotten through
Oh, I would imagine.
this.
Yeah.
Through the hunt.
It's a relief if that's the most entertaining thing. Awesome.
Another pretty interesting thing that I learned, you actually went to horse camp when you were younger?
I did. Yes, I went to Sycamore Valley
Mhm.
Girl Scout camp. It was a terrible experience.
Yeah, I also heard that changed your opinion up on horses.
Yeah.
Tell us
I
more
know.
about that.
I never wanted a horse after that. We had to get up at 6 a.m. and feed the horses and clean out their stall before we had breakfast. And
So-
I'm pretty sure I went a week without showering also, which is pretty great.
Is that just something you didn't appreciate and just completely ruined horses for you?
No, I think it just ruined camping for me. I haven't been camping since. Yeah,
Would you say now that horses are your least favorite animal?
definitely not.
Yeah.
They're all right.
Yeah.
Horses are just fine.
Can I?
As long as someone else is taking care of it.
Can I ask you what is your least favorite animal?
I think you all know. But if we're talking about animal like a mammal, my least favorite mammal is probably a skunk.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Actually wanted to ask you about snakes.
Well, that's not a mammal.
Yeah,
That's
true.
a reptile.
Reptile, unfortunately. I did want to ask though, has anyone ever tried to pull a prank on you because of your fear of snakes?
You know what? I think people, once they see my actual reaction to them, they're pretty nice about it. They don't mess with me on that. I can walk on water.
Has Jeremy pulled anything? Because I feel like he has. I feel like at some point he has pulled something.
Did he? If he did, I don't remember.
We've heard about a time where you were at somewhere and there was a snake and you were terrified.
Yeah.
And then he decided to pretend.
Well, no, he said, "There's one," and he pointed somewhere in the yard, and I looked the opposite way, and there really was one.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah.
How
what you're
did that?
thinking.
How did that experience make you feel about Jeremy in that moment in time?
Well, because he went and killed it, I knew he was the one.
All right.
Definitely.
That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's so sweet. Okay, so that is actually all the questions I have for you.
Oh.
But we'll be back with some kennel questions, the Fast Five, right after this short break.
Aaron's Flooring, a family-owned business and your number one source for all things floors. We're dedicated to providing a wide selection of the best products. Aaron's Flooring has flooring experts on hand to help you determine your next steps in the buying experience. For all your retail and commercial flooring needs, we have products to help achieve the look and feel you desire. Stop into our Frankfurt showroom to view our wide selection of the highest quality products and services. Contact us today for a free in-home estimate and let us turn your house into a home.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fast Five, brought to you by Aaron's Flooring. Now, the Fast Five is a little segment we have here at Canine Corner where the kennel, me and Edwin here, ask 5 questions in 25 seconds, and we expect answers to every single one of those questions. So, without further ado, let's get her started, Edwin.
All right. Favorite pizza place in town?
Greeks.
All right, favorite vacation spot?
Santa Rosa Beach, Blue Mountain Beach, most specifically.
What stresses you out more, your classes or the volleyball team?
That depends on the day. Most of the time, my classes.
All right, which of your children is the favorite?
Oh, that's the bad one. If I have to choose, it's Brantley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't expect an answer.
All right. And
No.
then, would you sleep in a room full of snakes to end world hunger?
No, I would die. I would probably honestly die if I
Nice.
tried to do that.
Quite selfish.
My
It is quite
goodness.
selfish. You're right.
I guess let them kids die. All
Y'all know I'm
righty.
serious now.
That is it for the Fast Five brought to you by Aaron's Flooring. For all your retail and commercial flooring needs, Aaron's Flooring has the products to help you realize your flooring dreams. Now over to Addison.
All right, thank you so much to the kennel for that. we actually do have one more question, which is from our director. So we'll send it over to the studio.
Welcome to the control room, and yeah, basically I'm gonna give it to Taylor for the question.
What was your favorite memory in high school?
Oh, what is my favorite high school memory? This one's actually pretty easy. My senior year, we had a really good volleyball season, and we ended up winning regional and going to state. And that whole week and that whole experience was really amazing. I got to listen to Gene Kestering speak at the banquet the night before, and we played terrible at state. Like we got killed, but we killed a lot of teams at the regional level, so it was really fun.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is actually all the questions we have for you today. Thank you so much for coming on,
You're welcome.
being our special guest. So, really, thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. Okay, unfortunately, that is actually all I have for this episode of the Canine Corner. Now, a huge thank you to Miss Rushkin for letting us have her on here. And also a huge thank you to Aaron's Flooring for sponsoring us and helping us with this set. A huge thank you to the admins for allowing all of this to be possible. And last but certainly not least, thank you to all of you for watching this episode. And we hope you'll continue to tune in because there is so much more to come. Thanks again, and see ya.